In this video, I'm going to show you how to import contacts into the system. Now, before I do that, I do want to make a very important note that it is not a good idea to import massive lists into the system. Because yes, we may be able to tell the quality of the list and whether or not that list is permission-based, but we do not have the backstory that goes with those contacts, and we do not know how much they actually enjoy receiving emails from you. You see, we want to encourage you to maintain a good sender reputation, because if you have a good sender reputation, your mails are going out on the same IP addresses as other users in the system with good sender reputations. This means that more of your emails will be landing in inboxes. But if you have a bad sender reputation and you are sending emails unsolicited to people who do not want to receive those emails, then you will have a negative sender reputation and you will be sharing an IP address with other users who have negative sending reputations. And then more of your emails are just not going to get into inboxes. So it's important to note that if you want to move large amounts of contacts over to the system, it is best to try and find other ways to do so, like opting them in through a new funnel or something like that. But in this video, I am going to show you how to import lists. And one of the things you can do is import smaller chunks of your lists and start warming those lists up as you go, rather than importing 10,000 contacts all at once. So start with smaller numbers if you do want to simply import lists and start warming those contacts up within the system here. All right, so let's go ahead and start importing our list. So let's navigate over to our contacts by clicking on contacts over here on the left-hand side. And what we can do is manually add contacts to the system by clicking add contacts and creating a contact this way. So if I say Ian McKellar and give Ian an email address and hit save, then that contact has been created in the system. Now, there's not very many circumstances in which you would be manually adding contacts to the system like this, but if you ever do need to do that, that is how you do it. But we want to import an actual list. And to do that, we're going to come up here to the top right-hand side, and we're going to click on Actions, and we're going to say Import Contacts. Now, when you do this, you are going to get this big warning that says that this feature may result in the suspension of your account. Sender reputation is something we take very seriously here, and we want to encourage you to send good quality emails to well-engaged lists. So we do not want you sending unsolicited spam emails to contacts who want nothing to do with you. We want to encourage the growth of your business through good sender reputation. So what you're going to need to do is click through each of these, make sure you read them, that I understand that in many countries sending unsolicited emails is a criminal offense and may result in fines and other penalties. We understand that. Then I confirm that I have not purchased this list and that all contacts have given me explicit permission to communicate with them. I understand that. And I acknowledge that violating the anti-spam policy will lead to the termination of my account. And I'm going to check that as well. So again, very serious. If this list is not a legitimate list and these contacts do not want to have any contact with you, you can have your account suspended and you will not be able to use this system. All right, so we want to go ahead and hit proceed. And then we can start uploading our lists. So you will have downloaded your contact list into a CSV file. You're then going to upload it. So I'm going to click here and I'm going to select my CSV file and I'm going to say open. That is then going to upload my contacts. I can go through and check and make sure that all of these contacts are correct. And then I can go ahead and hit next. You can then go ahead and add your contact fields. So make sure that these are all matching. There isn't too much that you need to do over here. Then once you've gone through all of that, you can go ahead and hit next. You can then categorize this list. So if you would like to add them to a specific list, say you want to note that this is an imported list, you can add them to a list or you can give them a specific tag. So let's actually do that. Let's give them a tag that says that this list is imported. And I'm going to add that tag to all of them. And then you're going to go ahead and check the consent box over here. I have permission to send both transactional and marketing messages. You're only going to select that if you do indeed have that permission. Otherwise, you will select, I only have permission to send transactional messages. So I'm going to go ahead and say that, yes, this list of contacts has actually given me permission to send both transactional and marketing messages. And I'm going to hit next. The last thing I'm going to do is confirm that I am importing this list of 8 contacts. And I'm then going to import those contacts Again, I'm getting a warning. Like I said, we take this very seriously, and it's the same warning that could result in the suspension of my account. So when you click proceed, your list will be subjected to sophisticated analysis. Any attempt to import dirty or illegal data will result in a review, which may lead to the termination of your account. So again, we're making sure that this list has consented to actually receiving emails from you, that you have not purchased this list, and that everything is kosher. All right, then we're going to go ahead and hit proceed. It's going to process my import. And again, it's going to say that my import is under review. Please allow 1 business day for the process to complete. I'm going to say, cool, continue. And then that list is going to slowly be imported into my system after it's gone through that review process. So that is how you can import lists into the system. If you need to export lists, you would do the same thing. You would navigate over here to actions, and you can say export contacts. That will then export all of the contacts here within your system. So that is how you can import and export contacts into the system. In the next video, I am going to show you how to manage your contacts. I'll see you there.